Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you? Welcome back to yet another amazing topic that I'm going to be discussing today. It's a topic I've been wanting to talk about for a long time. And last week, a lady messaged me and she said, "How can I do this?" And I was like, "Yes, this is the perfect time to make a video and talk about these skills." If you're new to my channel, my name is Mariam Arafat. I'm a marriage and intimacy coach. My aim, my passion is to help women reignite the romance in their marriages, connecting with themselves, having pleasure, having playfulness, and so much of excitement in their lives and in their marriage. Inshallah. Now, the question that came up that lady asked me was, how do I keep the spark alive in my marriage after years of being married? And I know this is true for so many of you, even if you have been married for like 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20, 30 years. This is happening a lot these days where the burnout is real, the spark is going away, the intimacy is dying out. And why this happens? So it's not the question of how many years you have been married. It's the question of what can you do to keep this spark, the passion, the emotional intimacy alive in your marriage. Why this happens is because, life happens. You have responsibilities. Obviously, when you're married, you will have children, you will have responsibilities, you will have work, maybe you are studying. You have families to take care of. There's so many things that come up. And in the midst of all those things, marriage takes backseat. You forget that, before being a parent, you were a husband and wife. Because being a parent takes over. It's a full-time job. So sometimes you have twins, let's say, or you have kids one after the other. The age gap is very small. Things are happening. So to take out time for your marriage goes out. And it's not even a priority anymore. How can you renew it? The first thing is intentions. Intentions are so powerful, subhanAllah. Anything that you do for the sake of Allah, the blessings and the barakah are immense. So I want you to write down in your journal, and this is one thing I want you ladies to do, whoever is watching it, is to take action. The points that I'm going to be giving and sharing with you in today's video are amazing, but they will only work if you decide to take action. Whatever I'm sharing, you make a commitment, a promise to yourself that yes, I am going to be doing this, inshallah. That's when the things will change. Intentions. Renew your intentions. Why do you want to bring the spark back in your marriage? What is it that you're seeking? Because Allah will bless you with that. That's the first thing. The second thing is starting with yourself. Yes, starting with yourself. And I want you to reflect on these two questions. Again, reflective work. The first thing is, when was the last time you had a moment or you took out time for some self care? In the last 6 months, in the last 6 weeks, in the last 6 days, or in the last year? When did you take out time for self care? What did you do? How did it make you feel? Write that down, because I'm sure for many, which was for me also a couple of years back, there was no self care, because I always thought that self care means selfishness. Like, how can I leave my kids or leave my husband and go out and get some manicure pedicure done? But when I really reflected on what self care is, sorry, it's about filling my own cup. It's about doing things that make me happy, make me really content. And that can be waking up for tahajjud. That moment, that quiet moment in the morning when everyone is sleeping, It's only me and Allah, and I'm having that conversation with Allah. That is self-care. It can be switching off my phone at 8 o'clock in the evening because I don't want any distractions or any disturbance. I want family time. That is self-care. So self-care is truly yours, the way you want to do things, and that nourishes your soul. That is very important. The second one is, when was the last time you went on a solo date? Yes, on a solo date. You went out all by yourself and enjoyed that time. If you haven't done it, I want you to start doing it from this week. Make a promise that from this week, I'm going to go on a solo date. That can be 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour. It can be a simple walk to the beach. It can be going to a coffee shop and having some nice coffee. It can be watching your favorite TV show, maybe only one episode, not 2 episodes, because that comes in binge watching. So I want you to be mindful of that. Just one episode of that show that you really loved as a teen. Watch it with that favorite chocolate of yours or that ice cream and enjoy it. Thoroughly enjoy it. This is a solo date. When did you do it last? Do it this week, inshallah. Right? Now, coming to the second point, conversations, communication. This is very, very important in reigniting the spark in your marriage, because if you're not having the right kind of conversations, then you are missing the chance of having deeper emotional bond with your husband. So I want you to ask yourself, really reflect on the past couple of weeks, past couple of months, that how has your conversations been with your husband? Are they just about kids, their activities, groceries, bills, family events? What are they all about? Have you had a chance to have that deep, intimate conversation with your husband and expressed your concerns, your vulnerabilities, your desires to him? If you haven't done that, I want you to start doing that from this week, inshallah, whenever you have the time this week. And it starts by just 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes of having that deep, intimate conversation with your husband and telling him, even just saying, I have missed you. This week has been so busy and I've really missed you this week. That is a beautiful, full conversation. Just expressing yourself, being open to vulnerability and expressing yourself. But make sure that when you're having this conversation with him, there is no disturbance. There is no TV on. He's not on the phone. You are not distracted. The kids are, doing their own stuff. They are not coming in the middle. You're not having this conversation while cooking or on a text, because these kind of conversations need to be have when you are sitting in front of each other or side by side and there's less distraction, because this is quality time. This is how you will start nurturing emotional intimacy in your marriage, which helps you to reignite the spark in your marriage, inshallah. So, very, very valuable. Communication is a game changer. Third one, what did you both do? It's like taking you back in time. What did you both do after getting married, in early stages of marriage or before you had kids? What did you like to do? What did you enjoy doing? Did he express what he wants to do or would love to do? Bring those things back and maybe start doing those things again. See where you are in your marriage. Maybe you have small kids. Maybe you have teens who have grown up and gone off to colleges. Maybe the routine is so tough that even on the weekends you're not getting time. So see where you are in your marriage and see what you can do. Because even with me, I have teens. So, having that time sometimes gets difficult because they have their events on the weekends. So driving to that event, that time can be a beautiful time that you spend with your husband. Get some snacks in, have that snacks in the car, talk about a few things, just be yourself. Even just holding hands can be so beautiful, but you have to be ready to do it and take the opportunity to enjoy the simple pleasures of life. Because sometimes you're waiting for big moments to happen, and if they're not happening, you're like, nothing is working. So really be reflective and be present of what can you do in this simple moment of life. This takes me to my next point, which is keep the element of surprise. I know this is the difficult one because many are not used to it, but this is where you invite curiosity, you invite playfulness. This is where the excitement begins. This is where the ice actually breaks because you do all these things before a marriage. And all these things stop the moment you get married. No. After marriage, you have so much fun doing these things. And I know it because for a long time, I didn't do these things in my marriage. So only recently, after I've started doing this work, I started doing all these things and I saw so much of change. And for me, being at home and creating all these things means so much more special than going out on an actual date. While I do encourage, if you can go out, please enjoy. But if you cannot, if your kids are small, if you have elderly parents at home, if you have some people to take care of, work is stressful, working times are stressful. Do you give up on your marriage? No. You take out time, simple moments. It can be ordering a takeout and lighting up some candles, sitting together and having that takeout. It can be you making simple meal or a roast chicken, some like mashed potatoes, roast chicken, serving it in beautiful dishes that you have been keeping for Eid or special occasions. Take them out now. Take that cutlery out now. Light up those candles. Use soft lights. Get dressed. Because this moment that you're spending with your husband is special. It means so much because this is your time with your husband. So this is a special occasion. Make it special and be in awe of Allah that Allah has blessed you with this time so that you are doing this. Now, this one might sound childish, but this is where the fun begins, and you have to bring that. And you have to try and see if this works for you because you have to see what's working and what's not. But this is something so cute. And I did this by writing love notes on post its. Now, you have to make sure that they're not long paragraphs, they're small and simple words, easily digestible. Love notes. You write something that you want to tell your husband, write it and put it on his side table or put it in his chest of drawer, in the shirt, put it there, put it in his lunchbox, anywhere that you feel that he will get the attention to it. Or if you want to send him a spicy text message, do that. Why not? This brings the excitement. There's nothing wrong in it. Obviously, it has to stay in the boundaries of what is allowed in Islam, inshallah, and I'm sure you know that. So do that. This creates excitement, this creates curiosity, and I'm sure your husband will love it, inshallah. Now, this takes me to my next point, which is embrace playfulness. Now, you may ask, playfulness? I'm married. So what? I'm not telling you to act childish. No, it's not that. Playfulness is when you are having fun, when you're not exhausted. Because if you're exhausted, if you're burnt out, the playfulness, the mystery, the curiosity will not be there. And this is what brings in excitement. So explore what you liked doing as a teenage girl. What did you like? Maybe you liked dressing up. Maybe you liked makeup. Maybe you liked, you know, trying on different costumes. What did you like to do? Do that for yourself. Because when you do these things for yourself, maybe you like baking, you liked making pies, apple pies, cherry pies, different frosting and all those things. This brings your feminine energy. This helps you to connect because you're being creative, you're nurturing, you're really present in the moment and you're enjoying the things that you do. Because a woman who is burnt out, a woman who is exhausted, she is disconnected from her feminine energy. She is disconnected from her body. She doesn't know how to rest. It can be, you're watching TV together, you and him, you are have a date night. You're watching something together on TV and you feel like having chocolate fudge cake. So you ask him in a very loving way, like, I feel like having that chocolate fudge cake. And inshallah, he goes out and he gets it for you. Or he makes sure for the next date there he gets that cake for you. There are different ways to explore this. But what is happening that the women are burnout. They are so overworked. They are either they are overthinking, they are not emotionally regulated. So this being present in the moment and connecting with themselves is become so hard. One thing I did was I used to go to the park, the kids would be playing, and I would sit on the swings and then just would swing. It was so peaceful. It felt very childish, but it was nice. It was nice because I got to be myself. Like, who doesn't like to sit on the swings and just swing? It's so fun. It's so playful. So connect with what makes you happy. Connect with what makes you excited. Connect with what makes you really feel the gratitude of Allah that Allah has blessed you with these amazing things. Because being too serious, being too reserved, being too in control is not helping. It's draining you. So it's time to let go and invite playfulness and enjoy. If you have daughters, dress up with them. Really dress up with them. Enjoy that time. This will bring in the creativity. This will bring in the playfulness within you. If you have sons, do baking with them, do cooking with them. Enjoy that time with them so that you are connecting with your innate nature. And this brings in playfulness. And you will see that just by shifting this energy within you, how your husband will respond. Either he will respond through his body language, either he will be more present. He will silently do things, inshallah. And this I know from my own life and from my clients' life, because this is exactly what I tell my clients to do. And when they do this, they're like, my husband did this. What did you tell me to do? It worked. It's so amazing. Because it's the shift of energy. When you become light, when you let go of things which are not helping you, you will see the shift of energy. You have to remember one thing: you are the backbone of the family. Okay? You are the star, you are the prize in the marriage. You, as a woman, have so much of wisdom, you have so much of capability, confidence, and so much of importance. That's the word I was looking for. Allah has given you that status. But we forget. We as women forget. Even why I'm saying me, because even I forget. I didn't know all these things. So when you understand that your self-worth comes from Allah and Allah has blessed you with this life and you will enjoy this shift in energy shifts everything, and this brings back the spark in your marriage. The next one, bring back the romance. Like I said, light those candles, dim the lights, get the lamps. If you only have your room, you have family living with you, make your room your love cottage. I told one of my clients that it's okay. You have your room, make your room your love cottage. And she was like, how do I do that? We don't even spend time in our room that much. We only come to sleep. I said, light the candles, get nice beddings if you can. And one thing I told her, which I'll tell you ladies to do, and this is something I also did in my marriage, is get something special for your husband. A special bowl, a special mug. So if he has his green tea after dinner, you serve him in that mug. If he likes to have snacks with his tea on a weekend, serve snacks in that plate and tell him, I got this for my king. This is how you bring back the romance, by doing some simple things, small things. Remember, if you're just, like I said, waiting for the big moments, you're missing out on connecting so much with these small and basic things in your marriage. Another point is, when your husband comes home, welcome him in the best possible way. Say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My king has come home. He might be shocked because what has happened, but trust me, he will love it. He will love it. If he's a good man, good, masculine, confident, emotionally intelligent man, he is going to adore this and he would crave for it. One thing ladies ask me, how do I keep my husband home? You have to attract him. You have to make your home such a way that he gets pulled towards it. Anyone. Why do we come home or like to go to certain home? Because the home is nice, it's welcoming, it's warm, there's amazing food, everyone is dressed up nicely. The same goes for you. Your energy in your marriage matters. Your energy in your home matters. And this is how you are going to bring the spark back in your marriage. The last one and the most important point is dua. Because if you're doing all these skills and you're not making dua, no, that's not how success is achieved. That's not how you're going to get the barakah in your marriage. The barakah comes with intentions, the barakah comes with du'as. So do these things, do the things I've told you to do, work with the questions I've given you, and see where you actually are and what are the small steps. Maybe write down 5 steps that you can take today, this week, this weekend to shift your marriage. And then be patient, because this will not work overnight. This, you have to be patient. A marriage needs time. You need to nurture it, because for so many years or days or months you haven't done this. So just doing these things will not automatically change things. So have sabr, make dua, and do all these things that I've given you in the right way. Share this video if you feel that somebody would benefit. Like and subscribe to my channel so that I can make more of these beneficial content. Take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.